Islanders, we have to bring the deal button back. Major cruise lines and the government of Mexico have come up with an agreement that you and I will not have to pay $42 per person starting July the 1st. The tax will still remain in place. It has gone down for now. It will increase over future years. But what did cruise lines give up as part of the deal? We will share that with you on the show today. We also have an update from Royal Caribbean's new Star of the Seas, plus the poop cruise from over a decade ago is back in the news. Why are we talking about the poop cruise? And why will we be talking about the cruise for several months ahead? We all need some time in the islands. Let's go there now on Island Time. Happy Thursday, May 8th, Islanders. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you for stopping by the show. We're on Island Time. I am Derek. Let's drop everything on our mind, our heart, our shoulders, our to-do list. Let's drop it for just a few minutes, drop our anchors, and take some time to relax in the islands together. Catching up on cruise news, one piece of housekeeping business before we jump into the news. If you're joining us November the 9th, 2025, on our group cruise on board the MSC Seascape, the inaugural cruise out of Galveston, our group meeting is tonight at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time. The Zoom link is in the email. I can't wait to see literally hundreds of you there. Let's talk about cruise news. Let's talk about the deal that has been made between major cruise lines and the government of Mexico. You probably remember December of 2024, the government of Mexico came out and said there's going to be a new passenger tax, a new visitors tax that's going to apply for cruises for the first time ever. And they were told we were going to have to pay $42 if we visited a port of call in Mexico. It was going to be a one-time charge. Whether or not you visited two ports of call on the same cruise, you would be charged $42 per person. Nobody was happy about this. We don't want to pay this. Cruise lines began to fight this. It was supposed to go into place January the 1st of 2025. And thankfully, the government of Mexico pushed it out and said, you know what? We'll start it on July the 1st, 2025. We're getting pretty close to that date. And cruise lines, they have been working month after month to get rid of or improve this new tax. And here's the deal. A deal has been made. The good news is we're not going to have to pay as much. I'll get into those numbers here in just a second. But because we're not having to pay as much, cruise lines have agreed with the government of Mexico that we will send more of our cruise ships, more of our cruise itineraries, more of our passengers to you. So it's good news all around. If you like Mexico and you like lower taxes, this is a great cruise news story for you. If you like lower taxes, but you know what? You're over Mexico. You've been there 10 times, 20 times, 30 times. This may not be the best news because you're going to start going there even more. This non-resident fee will go into place as scheduled on July the 1st, but the fee for 2025 will only be $5 per person. From 42 to 5, that is a deal. We'll take the deal. Now, the fee goes up in 2026. We're not sure if this starts January the 1st, 2026. It goes up in 2027. We're not sure if it starts beginning of the year or in July. In 2026, this fee will be raised to $10 per person. In 2027, it will be $21 per person. So they cut it in half of what it was going to be. But by 2027, it will be $21 per person. The fee will be collected by cruise lines. We weren't sure about this. Would cruise lines collect this fee as they collect other port charges for us? Or would we pay the fee once we got to these ports of call? That's now clear. Cruise lines will collect the fee. But you're probably asking, what happens if I have a cruise visiting Mexico in 2025 and I have to pay $5? My cruise is in 60 days. What's going to happen? I think for the foreseeable future, this is not official yet, but I think for the foreseeable future, for cruises booked in 2025, maybe early 2026, cruise lines are going to eat this fee. They're going to have to pay this $5 fee for cruises in 2025. Because think about this. If you cruise in the second half of 2025 and you already have your cruise paid off, you owe $0. You've paid everything. Is it sensible? Does it make sense for cruise lines to come back and say, hey, you have 2 people in your cabin, you've already paid your cruise off, but we need $5 more per person? That sounds like a headache in so many different ways. Communication, PR, and relations, all of it. So I think cruise lines will eat this immediately, but as we get into 2026 and 2027, the cost will be passed on to you. Interesting here. Thank you, cruise lines, first off, for negotiating this. I hate that we couldn't get the cruise price or the cruise fee down in 2027. $21 is still a lot. I travel with a family of 4. That's $84. That's quite a bit. But think about this in Carnival's point of view. I'm going to use the Jubilee here because she visits Mexico every single week for the foreseeable future until late next year. If the Jubilee was at full occupancy, had around 6,000 people on board, $42 per passenger, you're looking at $275,000 about every single week. Carnival would pay Mexico $275 every month, $1 million. And that has been cut, for this year at least, to only $33,000. Do you like this deal? You may like part of it. Some of you may like all of it if you like visiting Mexico. Not sure yet about itinerary changes for 2026 and 2027. What exactly was agreed upon? Was there a certain number of additional calls? We don't know that yet, but we're glad that a deal has been made. Share your thoughts on the deal in the comments section below. I want to share news on the Star of the Seas, Royal Caribbean's newest ship, which is geared towards families. Geared towards families with not just little kids, 2 and 3-year-olds, but those 5, 7, and 9-year-olds as well. Royal Caribbean is reporting that the ship is 96% of the way complete. 96% is a good score, and if you've ever built something, you know that those final few things sometimes are the toughest things to deliver and finish. We are only in May, and the ship is not selling until August. So she is on track. She is being delivered early. You probably remember that. There have been preview cruises that have been announced. If you want to hop on board for 3 or 4 days, you can do that. The Star of the Seas will set sail from Port Canaveral in August. We should be there in August. We should have one of those preview cruises to bring you what the ship looks like. We will also be on board Star of the Seas the week after Thanksgiving. Kids sail free. We have booked that cruise. November the 30th, we will be on board for a week. She's 250,000 gross tons. She's doing 7 night cruises. She will complete sea trials and wrap up this final 4% before making her way. But we are excited to sail on board the Star of the Seas. We've been on Icon. She was awesome. We're excited for the Star. Are you looking at booking the Star of the Seas? You know, I pointed out last week that cruise prices are starting to fall. I pointed out several factors that you see that in 2026 and 2027. And one way that I also see that there's a little bit of flexibility in what's going on, whenever a cruise line has a new ship that they put out, the Star of the Seas, for example, there's a lot of demand. And there is a lot of demand. But a lot of times these promotions like Kids Sail Free, they don't apply to the newest ship or two, because those ships are selling so well that they don't put the promotions on there. The Star of the Seas, though, and the Icon of the Seas, and the Utopia of the Seas do have weeks in 2025 and 2026 where kids sail free. Take advantage of it. If you want me to give you a quote, let me know. I will help you out. Well, let's talk about some crap. The Poop Cruise. The Poop Cruise. I can't believe I'm talking about the Poop Cruise. It took place in 2013 on board the Carnival. Triumphed over the poop. Triumphed over the diarrhea. The Poop Cruise is back in the news. And it's going to be in the news for a little while, because the Poop Cruise is going to have now a documentary on Netflix, part of a series. James Ross is the director of this particular episode, but Netflix is going to have a series of some wild things that took place that were in the news over the years, like the Balloon Boy, remember that? But the Poop Cruise is one of them. Something crazy, something wild that took place that was that got media attention. There's going to be a documentary on the Poop Cruise. This event took place in 2013 on the Triumph. The ship was forever stained by the incident. I had to, sorry. The cruise was short, 4 days in and out of Cozumel, Mexico. Mid-trip, there was an engine room fire that left the ship adrift, really. And that's when some of the facilities, the toilet facilities and things started to overflow. You've seen pictures. You've seen, I'll show a couple of them here as well. I'm going to watch this, even though it smells like a bunch of crap. I'm going to watch this. I have to. Mark your calendars and pull up a stool. This Poop Cruise will premiere in June the 24th. The Carnival Triumph is still selling, not as the Triumph. That diaper was changed, actually, to the Carnival Sunrise. Did you sell Triumph, or have you been on Sunrise? And will you pay attention to the documentary? Let us know in the comments section below. Islanders, that is the Cruise News. A couple things that you have to do before you leave the toilet area today is make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you like the video. I can't wait to see what you have to say in the comment section below. We'll see you on our Facebook page as well, and tomorrow right here on Island Time.